Did you know that she put out a new video, but it's about America? I am going to learn about America. I haven't seen it, so I will learn about America. I will become a true Texan. I will be, by the end of this video, I will be like, yeehaw! Make Texas great again. Give me my, ooh, what is it? What is it that you go to 7-Eleven and it's like a big cup. It's like a slushy. What do you call it? I'm going to slurp on that. The guns? No, it's a drink. It's like the big gulp. Yeah, I'm gonna get me a big gulp. And I'm going to be slurping and I will be like, yeah. I never had big gulp. It's one of my biggest regrets that I went to 7-Eleven and I never got a big gulp. Sad. They were also beautiful. So beautiful. Although they do go hard, man. It's okay. Maybe I will go to American TwitchCon in the future. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. That's my new copium. That maybe I will drag myself. Where is the American TwitchCon anyways? Entice me with the location. Where is it? Is it in California? San Diego? I've been to San Diego. I think San Diego has Fannie Mae, right? No, that's San Jose. No, San Diego has Los Gatos. Right? Wait, no. It's always in Cali? I think Los Gatos. I've been to Los Gatos. I think that's around San Diego. Los Gatos, the gang? No, it's a place. It's fine. There is a Comic-Con. Oh, I've never been there. Anyways. America. I'm going to be so smart. I am so ready. Look at her. She's all professional. She's running for El Presidente. I'm ready. Oh, yes.
Donald Trump, along with
oh my god, she's very loud. Apologies.
Elon Musk, have created a new government agency called DOGE.
Wait, the DOGE stands for that? Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, I'm so stupid. I thought when they were talking about Doge, they meant like the coin, the Bitcoin, because there is like a Doge meme coin, and I always thought that they are just referencing the Doge meme coin. Oh, I didn't know that this. Oh, that's the. Oh my god! Department of Government Efficiency. Wait, government efficiency? That's a contradiction. That doesn't exist.
And what I originally thought was just an older sibling giving a younger sibling an unplugged video game controller actually turned into a real thing. And their first order of business was dismantling USAID, an innocent government program that helped poor people all around the world. Or was it?
USAID.
Hello and welcome back to the Shoe0nHead channel. I am Shoe0nHead and I am not real. I am a figment of your imagination.
Fuck, I knew it. If she's a figment of my imagination, why is she wearing so much clothing? That's not really like my figment of my imagination. She should be in a tight latex dress right now.
I've been in a coma since 2012. Wake up. Wake up. Today we will be talking about the dark, seedy underbelly of USAID. This is a topic I've been interested in for a very long time now. And now that recently USAID has...
Trump administration says it's cutting 90% of USA foreign aid and contracts. I have no idea. I'm going to get educated because I have no idea what USAID is.
Been in the news. I figured it is a perfect time to finally talk about it. All the mainstream liberal coverage I've seen of this has basically been late night talk show hosts crying fake tears about it being dismantled, and all the mainstream Republican coverage has just been about all the woke shit USAID.
That guy is particularly bald. His head is like the perfect circle. It's like, you know, when I think it was Da Vinci who was saying like that the biggest art you can do is draw the perfect circle. This guy was born with it. It is gorgeous. Beautiful.
It was apparently funding. But I promise you, it is more than that. A lot more. If you're not a very political person and you only come here
That's
to
me.
consume the Reddit gender war slop, you should still stick around for this because
Oh my god, this is for me! I love the Reddit gender war slub though. It always amuses me when the same people but like different flavor just hate each other cause for funsies. I love it.
this gets juicy. And remember, even if you're not interested in politics, politics is interested in you. And trust me, I understand why some people aren't interested in politics. It's confusing, it's stressful, it's a lot to keep up with. I feel like 500
I'm not sure if I'm happy that politics is interested in me. Can I politely decline, or is it like an incel that you decline and it will call you all sorts of slurs?
things happen every single day. But thankfully, I have a tool to help with that. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, this video is sponsored by USAID. Just kidding. This video is sponsored by Ground News. Let's quickly give them a shout out and then we will jump back into this deep dive, shall we? Ground News is a website and an app that gives readers a fun and transparent way to read the news all across the political spectrum.
Is Ground News only about America? Is there like a European Ground News that is like non-biased but you can hear the news? Not because I care, I don't care about the news, but you know.
From left, right, and center. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of political bias that helps you understand the full story and makes sure you're getting both sides.
Oh, that's
One of my
kinda
favorite
cool.
features of Ground News has to be the blind spot feature. It shows you news stories that have been covered by only
I have to see. I'm sorry. That's so cool though. It shows you like what belongs to the left and what belongs to the right. That's cool. So if you're like a right-wing person and you really hate the left, then you can only read the news that is good for you. And the same for the left. That's actually based.
covered by only one side of the political spectrum and ignored by the other side. For example, here is a story about how Elon Musk apparently pressured the Reddit CEO to moderate content on the site. Right away, we can see that the story has been covered by 12 sources.
Bro, Elon was like, no lolly content for you. Not for you, brother. Only on Twitter.
And out of these 12 sources, 75% lean left. And no right-wing sources have covered it.
But
Ground News
for
also
him,
makes it really easy to
duh.
compare headlines to see how political bias or ownership can affect the framing of a story. For example, this right-wing headline about how Trump is taking executive action to make DC safe and beautiful, while this left-leaning
Good
headline
luck.
frames the same story as Trump wants Washington, DC to beat Berlin 1939.
Ooh, nice. But there might be a little bit of tone difference between these two articles. A little bit of over exaggeration, perhaps.
What?
No?
I've been using
No.
Ground News for 4 years now.
With the wall and all. Well, he did say that he wants to build a wall, so maybe it's try number 2 for the wall.
Because
Question
it's
mark?
great. I love it, and
I
it
don't
really
know.
helps me see how both sides frame things so differently. Best of all, I am currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is what I use to access all of their amazing features. This comes out to only $5 a month. That's like the price of a coffee, and it is so worth it. It is one of the first apps I check in the morning. It's great. So go to ground.news/shoe or use the QR code on screen right here, or
I would use it if I would know how to read, but unfortunately, I don't have the right amount of intelligence for it, so... But if you guys would like to...
use the link in the video description
Start
down
the day
below.
with depression.
Again, that is ground.news/shoe, or click the link down
I
below.
can't read.
I think what they're doing is super important because it helps people
Sad.
approach the news in a more fair and balanced way, and I feel like we need that now more than ever. So thank you to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad.
I did not! I only did it for you. Mwah. Because I love you. Call me.
Right? Now let's get back to this USAID deep dive, shall we?
Hiya!
So, Donald Trump and Elon Musk created the Department of Government Efficiency, aka DOGE. Get it?
Doge.
Like the Reddit meme from 2012?
I was so sure that it's the two thing is the same thing, and I feel like a buffoon that it's actually a thing. I can't believe that Elon tossed the meme to the American president. I still can't believe that you guys got Mr. Orange as a president. I can't take it seriously. My dude was in Home Alone. And he has the Golden Towers, and now he's like a second-term president, and rolling with Elon, who was also in Iron Man, and now you guys have... It's very funny, you know? It's very funny.
Epic bacon, my fellow memers. Honestly, who am I to talk about dead memes? My username is Shoe0nHead. So, Doge's supposed goal seems to be cutting useless spending the government is making us pay taxes on. Now, I have very...
I know what's useless spending. I would halve everyone's salaries in the government because they don't need that much. Why can't we put that salaries and put it into people who deserve it? Like, I don't know, like doctors who will, you know, potentially save your life from ligma and whatnot. I still don't understand why doctors don't get paid more, or nurses, you know?
Mixed feelings.
Or teachers.
About taxes. From each according to his ability, to each according to his
Comrade.
needs. Taxation is theft! The tree of liberty will be refreshed with the blood of tyrants!
Honestly, this was me. When I first realized that I have to tax after my salary, this was me. It's like, wait, what do you mean I have to give money to the government? This is unfair. And I was having like a week worth of meltdown that I am not going. No, they cannot make me. They cannot. And here I am.
Tyrants! My opinion has always been, if we are going to pay taxes in this country, could they at least go to things that actually help people, like Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, child tax credits, firefighters, fixing our bridges and roads, castrating pedophiles, government-funded girlfriends, things like
Government-funded girlfriends! I can get behind that. See, this is what I said. If I would have my own island, I would give you a government-funded girlfriend. I absolutely would. So you should totally vote for me.
like that. And yes, we should be auditing the government. I think that's a good thing. Frankly, I don't care who does it as long as they do it well. Good thing.
Wait. Are the governments not audited? Like, is it not public information who or what they are spending on? I'm sorry, I literally know nothing about anything. It is? It is now. Nope, barely. Nope. I bet now. It's being audited now. Oh, well, you know, better late than never, I guess. Of course. Oh, gee, I wonder how many politicians are sweating their asses right now.
Things are good, bad things are bad. I'm anti-bad things, pro-good things. Those are my politics.
Damn.
And hating libertarians. Just kidding.
What's a libertarian? I must know. That's not the person who works in the library, right? I don't know. What's that? Please quickly explain. The hard left. Oh, okay. It is. That's a library. Okay, close enough. Close enough. Close enough.
I love libertarians. I get along great with them. As long as we don't talk about child labor. Anyway, Doge got straight to work, firing government workers and basically hiring my Twitter mutuals. What was once a theater kid-occupied government is now a right-wing schizo poster-occupied government. No, I am not joking.
So this is a 19-year-old high school graduate who has used the unfortunate nickname Big Balls on...
What do you mean unfortunate? That's based as fuck. Oh my god. Can you imagine these freaking normies just sitting in CNN and just reporting about big balls? I don't know who this dude is, but the name is based. Okay, it's like, yeah, so big balls, huh?
Online, so that would be one way that we could refer to him. He is now working at Musk's behest inside Doge.
If you had told me 10 years ago that Donald Trump and Elon Musk would hire some Zoomer named Big Balls to help audit the government, I'd believe amazing. It. Like, yeah, that checks out. They have no relevant experience. Most of them aren't old enough to rent a car. They're not even old enough to rent a car. They're in their 20s. We sent 18-year-olds to go die in the wars you cheerlead on, you evil hag. Why are they so focused on the ages of these people when our government is basic?
That's a solid point. That's a solid point. It's just because they are young. Honestly, okay, here's my hot take. I think there should be more young people in government offices and less old people. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, a 70-year-old, I'm not sure if he's going to act in a way that it will be good for my future. Like, grandpa has like 2 years to live before he gets a cardiac arrest because he saw a risky advertisement in TV. So, you know.
Basically a retirement home. But honestly, I don't blame Hillary Clinton. If I were her, I also wouldn't want 22-year-olds in the government.
Okay. Hot take. I like Bill Clinton. Okay? I don't care about his policies. I mean it as a man. I think he was kind of a chat. Okay? I think he was kind of based, that he was kind of cool. And he has a very likable face. And he must have a very likable big balls? Question mark? I bet he would also hire Mr. Big Balls. You like cigars? I never touched a cigar. I'm not rich enough. He was a fog boy, as he should be.
Months before dismantling the Department of Education, or apparently Sesame Street, DOGE's first order of business was dismantling USAID.
Without
USAID.
providing any proof, Elon said USAID is a criminal organization. Oh, yeah. They're an international crime syndicate hell-bent on helping people.
Pretty f***ed up, huh? Taking money away from an aid program that helps poor people all around the world. Except USAID was not exactly that. In fact, it doesn't even f***ing stand for aid. It stands for United States Agency for International Development.
Oh no. Oh no, the Americans want me to learn how to read. I always knew that they are trying to oppress me, but I never knew how much.
It has f*** all to do with aid. But honestly, I don't blame you for thinking it does. After all, they do make the word aid a different color in the logo.
It's smart. It's smart, actually. They were like, it's aid, trust me. Like, the source is literally, trust me, bro. Yeah, perfection.
Those sneaky bastards. Although it said
smart.
USAID provides 42% of global aid, the truth is most of those funds are just spent paying US contractors and secretly conducting regime change all around the world. In fact, 80% of all USAID funding goes to just 75 organizations, while only 6% of that goes to aid. And by auditing USAID...
So, let me think. So, the USAID is helping foreigner countries with, like, things. So surely it will go to things like like getting wells and education in Africa, or like medicine, or like helping out other countries in their need, right? But schools, a hospital, development, right? That's what it's going to be about, right? So that you can help out other countries so that the world is a happier and better place, and we can share this beautiful planet together, right? Yeah?
DOGE exposed the true real puppet masters behind the secret cabal of evil masterminds funding the woke ideology spreading all around the globe. You. Yes, it was you, American taxpayer. Turns out the deep state was the friends we made along the way. And yes, it's true, we are spending billions of dollars in our tax money to fund things like teaching Sri Lankan journalists how to avoid binary gendered language.
This is not real, right? Please tell me that this is really not what your tax money is going. Because at this point, even if you would pour all that money into like an empty pool and would set it on fire, Joker style, it would have more reason.
Combating disinformation in Kazakhstan.
What? In Kazakhstan? This is so random.
Promoting inclusion in Vietnam.
What?
Millions to an Armenian LGBT group.
There is an LGBT group in Armenia?
Millions to rebuild the Cuban media ecosystem. Millions for LGBT causes in the Western Balkans. Millions for...
In the Balkans. Okay. Okay.
LGBT activism in Uganda, millions for atheism in Nepal.
Wait, millions for atheism in Nepal? What? Why? Why for atheism? Why do people need money just to not believe in anything? What?
Millions for male circumcision around the world.
Wait, what? Wait. This is for males? Wait, why is that good? I thought that it's bad if boys get circumcision. Why does the male why would you give money for male circumcision? It's a bit of both. I think unless it's for medical reason, you shouldn't get your dick snapped. Okay? That's my opinion. They just want to see the pee-pee grow bigger. You know? But why? Why would you do? They hate man, that's why. You shouldn't do that. I read an article about a guy who got like snip, and he had so much pain that he just like kind of went up to heaven because he couldn't handle it. So ever since then, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I don't think you should do that. How old was he? He was an adult.
Around the world, and $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala.
Why are these all so random? Like misinformation in Kazakhstan, atheism in Nepal, and sex changes in Guatemala.
And many other things that were so ridiculous I had to double check to make sure I wasn't being
I still don't understand why would you fund male circumcision? In what country? What country needs money to fund something like that? And also, is that for voluntary male circumcision or is it for involuntary? Is that for medical reasons or purely you don't have a say so we are cutting it anyways? Can we ask you? No! It's a religious thing. Listen, I don't like to tap into religious things, but half of the religious reasons for doing shit like this is just bullshit. I had this like wet dream that by the time we will reach 2025 or something, people will realize that you don't have to go extremes just because an old dusty book told you to do so. You know, that was my wet dream, but it seems like that we are falling backwards. At birth, for me, I never had a choice. I am sorry, dude. I'm sorry that you lost your foreskin. That's awful. I will think about it before I go to sleep. They stole mine at birth. Bro, really? There's so many of you who lost it. Oh my god. Dude, that's awful. I'm so sorry that that happened. Same. Is it... I'm sorry, I do not know much about it, but is it like an uncomfortable thing? Or is it just like a whatever thing? Do you feel like a sense of loss that you lost it? Or is it just... It's an American thing? Yeah, I don't think it's a very European thing. It's a whatever thing. Well, as long as it doesn't affect you too badly, then I guess it's alright. Although I think it would have been still nice to get your, like, opinion about it. But, yeah. My condolences. F's in the chat for all the foreskins that we have lost in the past few years. May you be reunited one time in the very, very far future. In heaven with your lost foreskin. Yes.
Fucking hell, circumcisions are a good practice. I have multiple friends who suffered from it being too tight down there.
Yeah.
And it eliminates the risk of infection. I got one as a baby and never had any complaints about it.
I think this is more something about like consent, right? Like this is something that you're born with. Like if you want to do it as an adult, then go for it. But like if you don't want to, then why did it happen to you, sort of thing? I think you should have the right to decide whether you want it shorter or you want to keep the original length. But yeah.
Trolled. Taxpayer-funded sex changes in Guatemala? We don't even do that here. Now, you might be saying, Shoe, this seems like some stupid anti-woke shit. And yeah, kind of. You got me. But I ask you, young naive liberal, why the f*** was John Bolton once the head of USAID? John Bolton, for those of you who are unaware, is an infamous neocon hack. He's literally criticized Trump for not being enough of a warmonger. Neocon hacks, for those same few of you who are unaware, are the people in our government—
I don't really care about the snip. But why are my tax dollar going across the globe? That's why I'm unhappy.
That's true. Here is one thing I will never understand. And this goes to every government, not only America. I will never understand why countries do that they don't put their own people first. If I would be hypothetically a prime minister or a president or whatever, I wouldn't give outside foreign aid until I took care of my own. Soft power, I don't give a shit about soft power. Like that might be me dumb or naive, but there are all those, like, how many times you hear it that Americans, that there are these veterans and they are outside being homeless, or they need, like, you know, actual attention because they have mental issues, right? And they just can't make it. Like, I don't care that you're giving like foreigners these random shelters as long as your veteran hero is literally dying on the street. Yeah, it's absolute nonsense. If you lead a company well, then you can help, of course, foreigners as well, but you should always take care of your own first. And I feel like that people would say that what I'm saying might be racist, but I think this is just truly patriotism, and not like the kind that like, oh, I will erect the flag and I will say the national anthem and herder, I'm this and this country. But like, this is what it means to take care of your own countrymen. Like, I don't give a fuck about the fellas in Guatemala, what they are up to, or like how Kazakhstan and Nepal doing. Who would call it racist? Those people would call it racist who, like, hypothetically, I would say, if I would be American, that my American tax dollar should go to Americans and not for, like, illegal immigrants. And they would say that it's bad of me because poor illegal immigrants, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't give a fuck about them. I would care about my own countrymen who have served and part of the country, and they need help. Okay? First, we take care of ours, and then if we have the capacity, we can take care of other people. That's how I would do it. But I know that unfortunately, reality is different.
Responsible for meddling with other countries all around the world and getting us into wars for basically funsies. The people who suck.
Helping refugees, people in war is a moral thing, dude. Of course. And that's why I'm saying that if you have enough resources, then of course. I'm not saying that you should hoard it and like Donald Scrooge or whatever, just like lay on it and snuggle on the coin. But if you can't help your own, then you shouldn't help others. It's like, you know, when like you're on an airplane and like you start to plummet down and people are saying that you have to put your oxygen mask first and then you can help others. This is how you should do that. You put your oxygen mask first onto yourself and then you help others.
Suck the teat of Raytheon, Boeing, etc. The military-industrial complex's favorite Discord kittens. These guys come in shades of red and blue. So why was John Bolton, a red guy, in charge of the same program, USAID, that is sending American taxpayer money to foreign countries to have things like trans pride parades? The truth is, the USAID thing goes a lot deeper than what a lot of Republican commentators are saying. It wasn't just a bunch of libtards in government wasting our money on stupid woke things. No, there's way more than that. You see, it's current year and we can't just do old-fashioned imperialism anymore. The people don't like that. It's a new era, so we have to dress it up in glitter and rainbows. To put it bluntly, USAID is nothing but another form of taxpayer-funded regime change, wearing an innocent mask of aid.
It's like if your and your neighbor's house are burning, you fix yours first and then help your neighbor.
Yeah, like technically you should help your neighbor first and then you should perish, that's all. How could you not? How could you freaking not? Y'all see the 570-page report on COVID by the White House? What was it about? I bet it was saucy. You guys are releasing all kinds of information. Didn't you guys release a bunch of paper on the Kennedy assassination as well? Or something?
Shut up, Shoe! You dumb bimbo populist! You reactionary shitlord! You cry, tears running down your fat, retarded face. The United States is just giving foreign countries billions of dollars out of the kindness of their hearts!
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah? I have a lovely bridge on sale down the road. Would you like to buy it? Listen, despite all its faults, I love America, and I love the American people. But if you believe the corrupt, greedy bureaucrats running the deep state of this country do anything out of the kindness of their hearts, you are a sweet, innocent angel.
What? Are you saying that the people in the government are actually not working for my benefit and they are not trying to better the people's life and they have ulterior selfish motives? Ain't no way. The next thing you're gonna tell me that people lie online. I don't believe that. Nah. I don't believe that. She's coping. This is the hardest cope she ever coped. I don't believe. No.
and you need to be protected at all costs. I especially side-eye any leftist who has the nerve to run defense for USAID, especially those who call themselves socialists or commies, considering the fact that USAID was basically originally created to destroy communist countries all around the world.
Uh-oh. Dude, it's like, I know a few countries who are sweating right now.
Established in 1961 by President John F. Kennedy
Look, it's the boy! Isn't it the boy?
under the noble guise of aiding developing nations, USAID was, in many respects, an instrument during the Cold War to counter Soviet influence and keep the Third World from crafting its own socioeconomic model. A year after President John Kennedy created USAID in 1961,
Bro, it ain't no way that USAID was meant to fight the commies and now it's like funding gay parades. Like, how the turntable? Like, how many steps and hurdles did you have to go through to, like, go from 1 to 2?
he told his directors that,
So
as we do not
wow.
want to send American troops to a great many areas where freedom may be under attack, we send you. It wasn't long before the CIA spotted an opportunity to extend its reach. In 1962, USAID launched its Office of Public Safety to send agents around the world under the guise of training police officers. But as it turned out, the trainers were busy teaching enhanced interrogation techniques, a euphemism for torture.
I'm sorry, but they phrased it so delicately. Enhanced interrogation techniques. It sounds so professional. It's like when you're just like having like a little, I don't know, stay-at-home office job and you're like in your pajamas and you call yourself the CEO of something. Or like you're a cleaning lady and you're like the head poncho of, I don't know, health department.
The scandal broke out in
Amazing.
1966, and
Love
although
it.
the office was finally shut down in 1974, the dark practices persisted within military and intelligence circles. By 1980, USAID Administrator John Gilligan was candid
They
enough
didn't
to
say what they were raiding, turns out they were raiding torture. Very pock.
describe the agency as nothing more than a graduate school for the CIA. At one time, many aid field offices were infiltrated from top to bottom with CIA people, he said. It was pretty well known in the agency who they were and what they were up to. The idea was to plant operatives in every kind of activity we had overseas, government, volunteer, religious, every kind. USAID was quickly nicknamed the CIA's little sister. Oh, and here's
Damn.
John Bolton holding a trophy given to him by USAID in the shape of a hand grenade. Yeah, nothing to see here, folks. So let's talk about Shoe0nHead, shall we? Sit down.
What?
I love this story. Taken directly from Wikipedia, Shoe0nHead was an
The what? The Shoe0nHead. I thought that was a new pronoun. Fuck. I wouldn't have been surprised if it's just like brand new pronoun just popped up right now. I'm like, oh fuck, not again.
online social networking and microblogging service created by the United States Agency for
Got 'em.
International Development, aka USAID, and marketed to Cuban users. It was covertly developed as a long-term strategy to encourage Cuban youths to revolt against the nation's government. The developers aimed to use non-controversial content, such as sports and music, to build up subscribers and then to slowly introduce political messages through social bots to encourage dissent in an astroturfing initiative. So basically, USAID created a fake-ass social media platform
Isn't that propaganda? I think this is propaganda. Is this propaganda? It smells like it. Is this propaganda?
in Cuba with our tax dollars, flooded it with bot content about like sports and music and whatever, just to make it seem normal, then slowly started to manipulate the users and create political division on the app between Cuban citizens in order to create political chaos in this country and a potential uprising. So yeah, how dare we take money away from those starving undercover agents? To make things even more
Damn.
sus, the
Americans would never. What is she talking about? They would never get into other countries' business manipulating people to fight amongst each other. What's the Hungarian government like? Well, if you would have one loaf of bread to split among the countrymen, the politicians would get all of the bread and the people would get the crumbles. That's how I would describe it. And they would say you're welcome and you would have to say thank you. Yeah.
The money we spent on Shoe0nHead was publicly documented as an unnamed project in Pakistan. Yes, this fake-ass social media psyop they created in Cuba was documented by our government as being a project in Pakistan. Now, think of all the other weird shit USAID was supposedly funding. Those sex changes in Guatemala. Were they really sex changes in Guatemala? Or were they some covert psyop being done somewhere else in the world? I guess we'll never know now. Using social media to divide the masses and create political division.
Yup.
You don't think... No. They wouldn't do that. I mean, it's kind of weird they asked the former founder of Twitter to help with this project, but no. They would only do social media psyops in other countries, right?
Yeah, they would never manipulate the masses within their own country. No. No, it's not like there are like so many things even right now that are trying to distract from the fact that people are starving and we don't get paid enough and we can't buy houses or have insurances, and they just like throw other sort of hip and cool policies and things to people to fight about and bring back the race war. Because it's easier to be angry at your own people and not at the rich people. No, this wouldn't. No. Who is making all this shit up? Fuck, man. Are VTubers psyop? Absolutely. I'm having a meltdown. No, it's okay. This is not real, okay? We made this shit up. No. Yeah.
Right? In March 2024, a document was exposed that revealed USAID was running covert psyops all around the internet in order to combat populist...
Oh my god. Fortune is down. USAID got no funding. Coincidence? I don't think so. Oh my god, I knew it. That's it. The legendary hacker, anonymous hacker group 4chan was behind USAID. Yeah, Gura graduating. Oh my god, it's all fitting. The puzzle, everything. Oh my god, I knew it. I freaking knew it. We are busted, but we are on to them. Yeah.
Second sub baby is on the way. My water broke.
Oh, I'm coming.
Misinformation about the government on Twitch, Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, and 4chan.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Huh? What did I tell you? I knew it. I smelled it. I smelled it.
Though its internal justification was halting the flow of mis- and disinformation, it seemed particularly concerned with malinformation, a concept it defines as speech that is factually correct but misleading, i.e., bothersome truths the US government would prefer the public does not know. USAID suggests directing the public toward mainstream corporate sources of information and psychologically inoculating them against inconvenient facts that challenge US power by pre-bunking information before people see it. Pre-bunking includes discrediting the brand, the credibility, and
I never knew that these things actually have a name, but it makes so much sense. You would think that all these like bullshit that comes out of something that it would be like an accident, but no. There are people working very, very hard to undermine certain people, companies, and whatnot to get the credibility off of them. Man.
Reputation of those making false allegations. In other words, a state-directed attack against alternative media and...
Does it mean that there is some random government official whose job is to shitpost on 4chan? It's like, it's time to go to work, and you're just like, fuck. Yes, probably, bro. He's a grandpa too? No. No. What the fuck? That's my dream job. My goodness. You could USAID hire me? Sorry. You got defunded. You will not get hired anymore. You could shit talk in the VT channel.
Critics of the US government. So basically, USAID was funding a bunch of dorks to go all around social media and be like,
that's so based.
Source? Every time someone criticizes the government. This is somehow more pathetic than when I used to use an alt account to defend myself on BreadTube subreddits. That is basically what our government was doing. Also, I like how this implies the people you called a Fed online might have actually been a Fed. There is a chance that you may have fought with a federal agent, a USAID.
Dude, all the, you remember the memes that whenever you're saying something, your FBI agent is on the other side of the line and just watching whatever you're reading and writing? It turns out it wasn't a meme. The FBI agent is actually there. He's watching you and thinking about you, and it's like, oh my god. It was all true, bro. Yeah, like, the guy who you thought that he was a coomer? No, he's just an FBI agent, actually. CIA agent. Okay, my apologies. It's just, sorry. Tomato.
Federal agent on Twitter or 4chan. This also implies that, like, streamers and social media influencers, may have been funded by USAID. But who? Who among us? Who would be willing to unquestionably, enthusiastically suck establishment?
Bro, my life is complete. I may have told a Fed to suck my balls from behind my butthole pop.
That's based, I guess? Question mark? I guess? Hey, Duro!
That hard.
For all the bad stuff America does, or
is that destiny? I don't know. I don't know him very much, but the only way I know Destiny is that he looks like an absolute average guy. There's nothing weird about him, but apparently he's Monka. That's all I know about him.
around the world, USAID was just an organization that did a lot of nice things. Like, it put a lot of money into efforts to help people in a variety of ways, like both materially and culturally. It's just like a nice way for the United States to have a positive presence around the world.
For the record, I do not actually believe Destiny is being funded by USAID. I just thought that transition was funny. I fucking love that quote.
Well, I mean, we don't know. We're not saying that he is. We just say we don't know, you know? The chances are low, but never impossible. You know, we don't know.
Though, USAID was just a nice organization that did a lot of nice things, like culturally help people around the world. True. Culturally help people? Why are we in the business of cultural imperialism? Why do we have to culturally enrich Latin America or the f***ing Balkans? So not only are we the world police, but we are now the world HR department? No thank you. Why are we spending billions of dollars doing f***ass shit in other countries while ours crumbles? I don't care about teaching gender studies to Ugandans. The pothole in front of my house hasn't been filled in 3 years. These are my taxes, and I believe my taxes should go to help people in my country. I don't think that's controversial to say.
See, exactly. I don't even... Why... I have to ask, why genders? Why now? I have to understand why America suddenly in the past few years, like after COVID, got this big fascination about gender. Like, we have been always like this, like boys and girls and whatevers for like, you know, a few 100,000 millions of years, and suddenly everyone is discovering that they are actually not, but they are body type 1 and 2. Thank you, Emma! Because it works to distract you. It started like 2016, but why? The white people distract them from reality? How can people not realize it though? But like, it's just, I'm sorry. I just feel like sometimes it's a little bit
because of Kimberly Crenshaw and intersectionality.
Excuse me, who is Kimberly Crenshaw and what's intersectionality? What happened to when boys or when girls were a little bit boyish, then they were tomboys, but it was still a girl. And when like boys were a little bit more feminine, they were still fine too. Like, why do we need to complicate it? People are stupid. I have a theory. I think the reason they are doing it is because it's relatable. Everyone wants to be special. Because of course, you want to be special, and gender is something that everyone can relate to, and you don't have to be smart to relate to it. Like, if it would be something about economics, like, I don't know fucking shit about economics, but I do have a vagina, so I could yap about it, how it feels to be a vagina user, and it's like the perfect thing to like cause chaos with. This is the only thing that I can think of. Yeah, I'm a vagina user, okay? I main vagina, I have the cervical implant, okay? Yeah. Ever? No, I'm a vagina user, okay? But that's the only thing I can think of. Like, why would people suddenly be interested in gender when it's like, who the fuck cares, right? Proof? Yeah. Listen, just you have to. The source is trust me, bro. Insta-look vagina? Nah. Making sound like your part machine? No. I am upgraded to be perfect. I am female. I am perfect. Anyone can be non-binary and claim to be a victim. I'm not saying that I'm gonna be honest with you. When someone says they are non-binary, all the thing I can think of is that I don't care. It's great as long as you're happy. I literally don't care. I don't want to know. I don't want to know what's in your pants. I don't know why it became such a big discussion. What's in your pants and who you wanna fuck. Like, sir or ma'am, I don't even know your name. I don't know shit about you. I definitely do not want to know whether you have a penis or a vagina. Like, if we would be dating, sure. But I don't want to see it written that, oh, I'm a pansexual, non-binary, BDSM sex lover. I'm also having a kink for dwarfs. And I'm just like, TMI? Question mark? A bit of TMI. Remember when we had the good old times and people just put emojis behind their names? Like a little hearts and like bananas and the pineapples and whatever. And now all I see is like entire mental illness history. Like, I'm not even teasing. They literally write out mental illness. Like, oh, I'm schizophrenic and I'm seeing colors and hearing the numbers and whatever. Like, it's actually... It's so much information. People don't have to know this. You really don't have to share. Like, you being flawed in any mental way, I'm not sure flaw is the right word, but like afflicted perhaps, like that's not a flex. Being crazy or having so many red flags is not a flex. You know, it's just, I don't know, man.
And I know many conservatives agree with me. I'll always hear them say, we can't be spending money in Ukraine. We have to take care of our own. And then they just don't take care of their own. Because that's socialism or communism or something. Listen, do you actually...
Vtuber telling people they're oversharing is certainly something. Yeah, but I am not talking about my mental illnesses. If you deduce my mental illness, that's different. But I would never bring it up that high. Yeah, do you want to hear the list of my red flags, baby girl? Because, oh boy, it's thicker than the Bible. Let's go.
Actually want to take care of your own? Do you actually want your taxes to go towards helping the poor and sick and families in this country? Are you actually America first, or are you corpos and foreign countries first? I'm more than happy to work with you on good...
It's Arasaka first, and then the people. You have no red flag? Aww, that's so sweet.
Things to fix this country. But I don't think the establishment GOP is.
You don't want able-bodied workers on a program that is intended, for example, for single mothers with 2 small children who's just trying to make it. That's what Medicaid is for, not for 29-year-old males sitting on their couches playing video games. We're going to find those guys and we're going to send them back to work.
First of all,
yeah, that's based.
Medicaid is for anyone who needs it, period. And second of all, 29-year-old guys? You mean your fucking voter base? You mean the very demographic that is shifting the entire country? And
yeah, man, like, listen, if you have some sort of health things, how dare you sit on your couch and play video games? If you're not suffering 24/7, then you don't have the right for Medicaid. Like, if you're not bleeding out at least 13 hours out of the 24, are you even eligible for insurance? Like, are you even screaming as hard that the neighbor is sending a noise complaint? No, he's right. He has the attitude that let's send the children to the mines, okay? It's base. Medicaid is for women who get cream pied by 5 days. No, you don't understand. Getting cream pied is a hard work, okay? But you having a chronic illness or whatever and you just chill out for a moment to not think about the pain, no. 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 Hey, no. I honestly, you know what? I will raise you. I think we should just exclude men altogether. Just like, you know what? Fuck it. Just no men, only females. plus gays. Okay, there you go, because we love gays, right? They already did. See, that's what I'm talking about. In case you can't tell, this is sarcasm. I don't actually mean it. This is for those people who will be like, Scoo, you can't say that. What a horrible... It's sarcasm, okay? And just to make sure, wink wonk.
Your direction, those guys? Yeah, we're just wasting so much money helping young men.
No, Scoo, this is psyop. Oh, yeah. Sorry. True. I was also funded by the USAID. I forgot to tell you. They just sent a paycheck today. That's why I pulled up this video. Yeah.
And those greedy gamers just gobbling up all the tax money. Not massive tax cuts to corporations and the rich. Not all the money to the bloated military-industrial complex. No. Gamers. Young men who can't find a job, can't afford a house, can't afford college. Young men who can't build a family. Because of the society you created. Those guys, they need...
It's impossible. It's impossible because the fault is always with the patriarchy. Okay, therefore, that man must be responsible for everything. Like yesterday, I stubbed my toe when I was passing by the bed. I know that there was a dude somewhere in America and his privilege was affecting me. Right here in the middle of Europe. I knew it. It's the patriarchy. It was me? Yeah, it was you. There you go.
Need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and pay for their own Medicare. This care isn't for them. It's for women.
Who get cream pied.
What? Great to know both sides of the establishment fucking hate young men. Anyway, sorry, I popped off. Let's get back on topic. Now, USAID did do some good things. I won't deny that. But
impossible. Wait, what? Was it the foreskin trimming? Is that... It must have been.
Even some of the good things that USAID did were nothing but a bunch of fronts. Using Cuba as an example again, because these are some of the only ones that have been exposed so far, there was a USAID program called the Travelers Project that was said to be an HIV prevention workshop. But yet again, it was nothing but another covert regime change psyop. This was exposed in 2014 by the Associated Press. Young Venezuelans and Peruvians were deployed by USAID to Cuba's college campuses for $5.41 an hour. Really, USAID? Billions of dollars force feminizing mice, and you can't even pay your spies.
Did she say force feminizing mice? Are we going to have femboy mouses in France? What? You're going to go to Paris and the mouse is going to be like, oui, monsieur. Bonjour, ça va?
As a living wage. Sad. Anyway, they were used to recruit college students into political organizations with the goal of turning them against their government. The goal of...
Mickey for modern audience. Yeah, but like Mickey is turning gay and now he's best friends with Minnie Mouse. And together they will try to find a real man who can make them happy. But they can't, so they become lesbians. And then... Yeah, I don't know. I will have to think about the script, but I think I'm working on it.
Once again, creating political division. In the exposed memos about this, USAID called their HIV workshop the, quote, perfect excuse. Right. But we're totally funding DEI in Vietnam for pure humanitarian reasons, I'm sure. This was done so sloppily that even our boy John Bolton came out and disavowed it, but not without saying he thought it was a good idea in principle. Yes, it's a great idea to create taxpayer-funded secret psyops all over the world in order to f*** with other countries' politics. Just don't recruit teenagers to do it next time, okay? What? I honestly just think it's kind of funny.
I love it that that's where he draws the line. It's like, listen, we are affecting other people, other countries. Yeah, just like make it above legal age, okay? Sorry, like I have morals, I have standards.
We were funding anti-socialist agendas all around the world and disguising it as social progressivism. Don't think too hard about that one. Now, Cuba wasn't the only place USAID was culturally helping. On January 12, 2010, a 7.0 magnitude earthquake struck Haiti, killing 220,000 people, injuring another 300,000, and leaving 1.5 million more homeless. In the wake of the catastrophe, the United States provided $1.6 billion in reconstruction funding to Haiti, $651 million of which went to USAID.
But surely they did help to build them new houses and get them to safety and provided doctors and food and vaccines and medicine, and they rebuilt the schools and provided education, right? Like that's what the USAID was doing, right? They wouldn't just yoink 600 million and just like, you know, teach them how to slay or whatnot, right?
Rather than employing Haitian construction companies, USAID contracted out the rebuilding projects to international firms. For instance, Minnesota-based construction firm Thor was awarded $18 million in contracts, and Mexico-based firm Cemex received over $7 million. But by far the largest recipient of USAID funding in Haiti was Washington, D.C. based contractor Chemonics International, who received over $200 million to carry out a total of 141 projects. In fact, USAID awarded more money to Chemonics than to the entire Haitian government in the wake of the earthquake.
Yeah, there's no corruption here, lads. There's no corruption. What do you mean? Huh?
An audit conducted on Chemonics revealed that the company had a tendency
you're welcome, bitch!
to not finish jobs, evaluated its own project on arbitrary criteria, not having to do anything with the project, and failed to set timelines, causing some projects to fall behind schedule. In one case...
Oh, so they even fucked it up. Okay, thank God. I was worried that if they, like, preferred these companies, then at least they would do a good job, but nah. No, for a split second, I was like, wait a second, competent people? No, okay. Beat slower, my raging heart. It's okay, they were incompetent.
Chemonics was contracted to build Haiti's new parliament building, but what they constructed came out half-finished and unusable. The company only built the framework of the building, not even erecting interior walls to divide office spaces, nor did they bother to furnish the building. Left with this, the Haitian government was forced to draw $775,000 from its public treasury to complete the project. Despite these disastrous results, Chemonics to this day remains USAID's top contractor. The construction company was awarded $506.4 million in contracts in 2021
Jesus.
alone. In a leaked email exposed by WikiLeaks, they described this tragedy as a gold rush, ensuring that it would be great for international companies.
But so... they got the money, but they are surely doing the job too, right? Like, they actually doing what they were contracted for. That I get it that they got the wrong company, but they are doing it, right? As much as they can.
Companies. Seems like the only thing they are culturally helping is their own wallets, am I right? And you know how you always hear about how poor people are in Venezuela and how the politicians are so rich and live in luxury? Yeah, part of that has to do with USAID. Billions of dollars of aid we sent to Venezuela just lined the pockets of US-backed politicians there. Only 2% of the aid we sent to Venezuela actually went to help Venezuelans.
Bro, not even 10. Like, bro, 2%? Can you imagine being that fucking greedy that you take 98% away? I'm sorry, but listen, I grew up in Hungary. Therefore, if anything is unlocked, it's automatically yours if you're quick enough to steal it, right? But hypothetically, if I would have a charity, even I wouldn't only give 2% to the people. Right? Like, I would give at least 50 and then just like, oh no, the other half disappeared. So I'm actually a little bit baffled.
So at this point, the whole world was basically sick of USAID's bullshit. In 2013, Bolivian President Evo Morales...
Skullsmashed charity gives 0%. I know. That's why I hate doing anything with charities. I don't trust them. I don't trust anything. If they would show me that they actually send the money, then I would be like, yeah, but they always want my money and they are unwilling to provide any kind of proof. It's like literally the source is trust me, bro. And I'm like, you know what? I will rather eat my dollars, okay? And I will just take a wicked dump and I call it that I had my fiber intake. I don't care.
Expelled USAID officials from his country on the grounds that the agency had conspired against his government by allegedly manipulating social movements in the country. He also charged that a previous USAID program that sought to help cocoa farms switch...
Coca? What's a coca? Is it the Coca-Cola or cocaine? Or cocoa? What's a coca form? Cocaine? Chocolate? Cocoa? Chocolate, okay. So it's not the Coca-Cola where the baby Coca-Cola is being born. Okay.
switch to new crops was politically motivated. Russia expelled the agency in 2012 for similar reasons. Its foreign ministry argued in a statement that USAID attempts to influence political processes through its grants. And in February, Kenyan Cabinet Secretary Francis Kimimya claimed that his government had evidence that USAID had hired activists to organize anti-government protests in Nairobi in an effort to topple the government. Oh, and if you're wondering...
That's so random. Bro, I don't want to be like that, but it's hard to not believe in conspiracies when you hear random shit like that. That it's like, oh, the USA that's supposed to help the, I don't know, enrichment of countries are funding money so that there can be like a coup against some random government. Why is the USA scared of Kenya? Who the hell knows?
Why so...
Maybe they just want chaos, you know? Like, the more chaos is there, the better for them, stonks? Nearly all governments do it. It's so wild. All governments with money. That feels like a personal attack. Are you saying that my beloved country, Hungary, is not the #1 propaganda spreading country in Europe? Are you saying that that's where not my tax funds goes?
More profit.
Ah, that's fair. Yeah? No, I don't believe you. No, we were there. We were spreading propaganda in Kenya. We were there. Okay, not by a long shot. Hey!
Many news outlets and journalists were freaking out over the potential shutting down of USAID. Yeah, it's probably because it's where their paychecks were coming from. Ooh. Yeah, apparently USAID was funding about 6,200 journalists and 700...
I hate journalists. I'm sorry. My hatred started out from gaming journalists and now I just hate all of them. They are so stupid and brainwashed, and they are trying to do the brainwashing, but they are too stupid to actually brainwashed. I swear to God. I just...
107 news outlets all across the world. Not even just America. For example, the editor-in-chief of a...
It's side tangent, but do you remember when, like, game journalists were people who actually enjoyed gaming? And now it's game journalists are people who want to get into like big adult journalism, but they suck ass, so they have to start out somewhere, and they hate gamers and they hate the games and they are absolute shite at it. You actually don't, bro. It's been such a long time. Haven't it? They were always shields. Nah. Rip Toto Biscuit. Oh, bless his heart. I love Toto Biscuit. He was an angel.
A Ukrainian news outlet wrote that destroying USAID was a greater threat to Ukrainian journalism than the Russian invasion.
What? Wait, the USAID freeze is a greater threat to independent Ukrainian journalism than the Russian invasion? What? Why?
What? There were independent outlets shutting down everywhere, including Russia after the USAID freeze. So we were apparently funding media in both Ukraine and Russia.
Oh, that's so smart. Oh my God, that's genius. It's like you give a little money here and you sprinkle a little money over there, and they are going to like fight and like claw at each other. I want this part. Go away, Russia. And America is like, yeah, of course I want to help them. It's just my homie doesn't want to settle on the deeds, and the other homie doesn't want to settle on the deeds. Oh, I try. Oh no. Yeah, listen, if you play both sides exactly, you never lose. That's actually the 5-headed thing I heard in this entire video.
I'm playing both sides so that I always come out on top.
Yeah.
Serbia,
so
Moldova,
smart.
all across Latin America, independent outlets shutting down everywhere. All because the little sister of the CIA can't pay no mo. So I have a question. Why the f were we funding media in all these other countries? Well, the CEO for the Center of Investigative Reporting, a USAID-supported Bosnian media organization, said it best. Quote, if you are funded by the US government, there are certain topics that you would simply not go after because the US government has its interests that are above all else. Oh, I guess that answers my question. USAID is also ridden with other scandals, such as covering up a child sex abuse ring in Kenya, kidnapping and torturing people in Uruguay.
What? Why? What? Why would you cover it up? What?
For sterilizing 300,000 Peruvian women, and the famous one you all know, funding drug production in Afghanistan.
I did not know about these things. These are so why?
Oopsie poopsies, we did little fucky wuckies. Now think about all the other shit that hasn't been exposed. These aren't mistakes, these aren't flukes, these aren't little fucky wuckies. This is what this program was set out to do. This is why it was created. We were quite literally funding Globo Homo as a sneaky way to do
Nice.
regime change and American intervention. Or do you think we're spending $1 million in Nepal to promote atheism because Hinduism is such a threat? You're cute. The United States won't sleep until there's an ugly progress flag hanging on Starbucks on every corner of every street all over the world from Latin America to the Middle East. Ah yes, the greatest American exports. Butt, sex, and war.
Nice. Finally. You know, you guys get always accused, like people say that Americans don't have culture. Finally, we found you some. It's butt sex. And war? Yeah, it's the butt sex. Preferably
They
both.
tripped over
yes.
a button and funded kidnappers.
That's so random. Hell yeah, brother.
There are a shit ton of old left-wing articles you can find online spanning back to like 2010, even earlier, about how evil USAID is. Now suddenly liberals are acting like it's another fucking beacon of democracy that we have to cry and piss and shit about just because it's Trump getting rid of it. Frankly, I don't care. If they start dismantling things that I do care about, things that do actually help the American people, then I will care. Expose where the trillions of dollars we spent on the Iraq war went next, please. Or, you know, actually release the Epstein files.
Ooh, that's never gonna happen. No. That's going to happen in like 50 years, maybe. There are too many people who are still alive and thriving. Nah, that's not gonna happen. In 100, yeah, maybe in 100 years. When no one will be alive to actually be prosecuted, then they will do it. They would rather start World War III? Absolutely. True. It's big true. America, please. I'm an earthquake victim. I need my government subsidizes butt sex. We can make this happen. We can make this work. Yeah.
Do I think DOGE cut USAID because they're our great comrade in arms, cutting off the tentacles of American imperialism? No. Trump probably just cut it because he thought it was a woke, gay waste of money, and it was. But as far as I'm concerned, every article written about how bad dismantling it was written by John Bolton himself. Like the president of Colombia said, take your money with you. It's poison. All the sources I use in this video and all the information I got for this video will be in links down below. Feel free to do your own research as always. And if you like this video, please consider subscribing. A lot of you aren't subscribed apparently. You just watch and fuck off. I will find you. Also, this video is most likely going to be
I'm also subscribing so she can find me.
demonetized, so if you can and if you want to, please donate to me on Patreon, link down below. It helps the channel so much, and I appreciate it. And I will see you next time with a less serious, more fun video.
Aww. This was nice. I actually really liked it. It was very interesting. You guys are crazy. The American psyop, it worked on me. I was like this close to giving for the butt sex, but I was like, no, maybe. You know, but then they cut off the aid. So now I'm not leaning into it. Yeah. It was great.
Fucking hate Hillary Clinton.
Wait, what? Wait, what did she say? What did she say? Huh?
Fucking hate Hillary Clinton.
Oh, that she hates Hillary Clinton. Damn, I'm going to take a guess that I guess she didn't vote for her. Yeah. Based, I don't know much about her. I always thought that it was funny that she wanted to run. I apologize, not he. Your pronouns are confusing to me. But did she vote for Bernie? Honestly, I would have voted for Bernie. I've never got ever hyped for any American politician other than Bernie. I love that man. I'm not 100% agreeing with him, but there was a lot of things that I did. And I was like, give that man some power so he can do some good shit. How old is Bernie? It's probably 169, old fart. But he had some good ideas. I wanted him so badly, dude. I wanted him too. Too old? Yeah. But he had really good takes, you know, like especially like compared to just like every politician who is just like, you know, blah 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 blah, we are going to do this, and then they never do it. Yeah, he's old, but he can at least still coherently talk. Now, why would you throw Biden under the bus like that? Why would you call Sleepy Joe out just like that, out of the blue? Give him the time to rest, okay? He's standing at the Bahamas. There are like 5 hookers around him wiping the drool off of his chin, okay? He's living the best of his life, okay? He's he's relaxing, okay? He's in his retirement era. He's vibing, he's moisturized, he's chill. Scoot Trump isn't better. Who said he is better? I was talking about Bernie. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. The only reason why I like Trump more because I can actually understand what he says. That's it. Like with Biden, sometimes I watched a video and I was like, what is he talking about? How is this even a topic? Where is the conversation going to? You know, like he always goes to a side tangent. Not because he's a little orange. Well, no. I might be biased towards oranges, but no. He's more coherent. Have you ever listened to Trump lately? No, because I love myself. Why would I listen to a politician who is not even my people politician? If I want to get my high blood pressure, then I'm just going to watch my stocks plummet as soon as the tariffs are put onto the countries. You know, like watch my pension go from minute to minute into the minus. I can do that in silence. Trump rambles on a lot, but at least you could kind of understand him. Yeah, like in a way, Biden is kind of like XQC, that he might be saying the truth, but I can't fucking catch what he's saying. And Trump is like, I don't know, someone who I can understand. Like, I not necessarily always agree with, but I can at least understand the words he's saying. Yeah. Your VTuber pension, my VTuber pension, it's plummeting. Hassan, I guess I can understand what Hassan says. He speaks very clearly. But with Biden, it's like literally a skill issue on my part. I cannot understand what he's saying. Like, I need subtitles. I'm a big fan of Orange Man's plan to open the coal mines, then add the second step, sending the children to the mines. It's all coming together. There is still a chance for a good future. Going back to the mines. The children do yearn for the mines. Listen, if they are gonna raise the prices on my Nintendo too, children to the mines.